Hi, my name is Susan Zaharie of Zaharie Productions. Today I'm at Wildlife Rescue Incorporated. They're having a big fundraiser to help all of the animals that live here at the sanctuary. So come with us and I'm going to teach you to party like an animal.
This was no ordinary party, but a fundraising event that is held every October by Wildlife Rescue Incorporated. Wildlife Rescue Incorporated is located in Hampstead, Maryland. The purpose of this event is to raise money for this amazing wildlife rescue organization.
These are two red-tailed hawks. Mark has a male who came in with West Nile virus, weighed a pound. He's recovered from it. He's ready to be released. This is a juvenile female, much bigger than the male. She came in with a slight wing injury. They've been cohabitating together for a while, so they're going to be released now because it's migration season.
That was okay, so I guess I'm alright as long as she doesn't take on. Keep moving. It's beautiful. Kind of three. So my name is Mark, and I'm a volunteer up here at Wildlife Rescue. Let's see, we just released two red-tailed hawks, and that was the first time for me. I released the smaller male, which was great, because the female was probably a third larger and looked like a little tough to hold. So Liz let that one go, and there are two red-tails. They were both real young. I think they came into the center injured, and of course, like everything else, Gerda nursed them back to health. Liz released the female. They took off, landed right in a tree next to us. Female took off, and I think the male will join her shortly as soon as he figures out that he's not in a cage anymore. But they both are happy and healthy, and it was an incredible experience.
My name is Steve. I'm with the Carroll County Outdoor School and a licensed raptor rehabilitator. This is Baby, and Baby is not really my bird. I have 15 that we take care of at our center. This one actually belongs to Carrie Murray and was raised by Corinne. Her name is Baby. We know she's a female great horned owl because of her size and disposition. Typically the females are bigger because they do all the work. She was, as a fledgling, was bitten and had a terrible wound in her chest, and it took a long time for that to heal. And finally, when it healed, she had spent so long with people that she was imprinted. So This is not a releasable bird. She's used strictly for education, and it's obvious that she's imprinted. A wild great horned owl would never let us get that close, and if we did, would certainly defend herself. So this isn't typical behavior for great horned owls. Aren't they gorgeous?
Hey, I'm at the wildlife fair having fun. That's the one I won.
We adopted our little.
Those birds are scared of me. Oh my gosh, I swear I just see a bird. He came out because there was a bird behind there. Oh, look at that one time.
Sometimes the chickens and the hen picked up on that. This one, now she's the one who's very pretty but is not bird. Oh, this lose it. Oh, I can't wait to see
Excuse me 1 second. This is a barred owl. It's one of the most common owls we have in Maryland. He happens to be an education bird. He was born blind in his left eye, so he's not releasable. He never learned how to hunt, and he's 12 years old. His whole entire life has been spent in captivity, and he has probably educated over 1 million people, children and adults as well, in terms of the environment and how magnificent and important these birds are. And again, he's one of the 3 most common owls. He makes a who cooks for you call. Sorry. So.
Yeah, get his wings in.
So she's actually one of our education birds because somebody took her in when she was young, right? And they hand raised her, so now she can't really thrive out in the wild on her own.
When she was away or whatever. But she lived with me for a short time, so I'd always go, to the room and watch over them and everything.
My name's Missy. I am a naturalist here for Wildlife Rescue. This right here is called a kestrel. It is the smallest breed falcon that we have here in Maryland. They're very common. A lot of people will call them sparrowhawk is a common name for them, which isn't a great name because they are a falcon rather than a hawk. They got that name because they hunt sparrows. And if you've ever seen the flight pattern of a sparrow, you know that they're actually very quick. They can dart around really well. So in order for this bird to be able to hunt a sparrow, it has to be very, very fast. These guys can actually flap their wings so fast that they can hover like a hummingbird. in midair, which is an incredible thing to be able to see. They are carnivores. They, like I said, they will eat sparrows, small rodents if they can find them, also grasshoppers as well. You can tell this one is a female because her back has that auburn striping on it, whereas the mature males will have that blue slate color all the way down their backs. So that's one of the ways you can look at these birds and tell. It's called sexually dimorphic by color, which many songbirds are actually that way. Whereas the bigger birds of prey like owls and the hawks are dimorphic by size. The females are usually larger. These guys are very common in Maryland. Like I said, a lot of people will see them sitting on telephone wires and not even realize that they are kestrels. They think they're just small songbirds. But if you take a closer look, you probably have quite a few kestrels that you see every day and you don't even realize it. They're very common on the eastern shore as well. This particular bird came into us because she was hand-raised by a human that did not realize what they were doing. They had good intentions, but unfortunately they didn't realize when you hand-raise a wild animal, you can cause imprinting, which basically means if we released her, she is perfectly capable of hunting, but she would prefer not to. She'd prefer to get free food from people. So there would be a chance of her flying down and demanding food from any person that she came across, which would be dangerous for her and dangerous for the person as well. So that's one of the reasons she's actually in with us. Unfortunately, she will be an education bird for the rest of her life because of the imprinting, but their lifespan is actually doubled in captivity, so it's not that bad of a life. They get to go to the vet all the time, so it's a pretty good life that they have. And kestrels are a very social bird. They hang out with a whole lot of other kestrels, so they actually do very well in captivity. They get very used to doing education and having people around.
The two blue tents at 3:30, so make sure you go over there and guard any items that you bid on so you can get them. And then to check out, you can come right over to the green tent if you have something. You can just take your item and go over to the green tent. Any gift certificates, we actually have them. Right, thank you.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Our most treasured natural resource confronts greater challenges than ever before, and we too are challenged to ensure the well-being of all animals that share our world. A Prayer for Animals, attributed to Albert Schweitzer. Hear our humble prayer, O God, for our friends, the animals, especially for animals who are suffering, for animals that are overworked, underfed, and cruelly treated, for all wistful creatures in captivity that beat their wings against bars, for any that are hunted or lost, or deserted or frightened or hungry, for all that must be put to death. We entreat for them all thy mercy and pity. And for those who deal with them, we ask a heart of compassion and gentle hands and kindly words. Make us ourselves to be true friends to animals, and so to share the blessings of the merciful. Thank you for joining us at the Wildlife Rescue Fundraiser Party. This party was so unique. How many parties have you gone to that you could hang out with the hawks, ravens, llamas, sheep, pigs, ducks, roosters, and the party list goes on? These party animals loved all of the attention. This was also a great event to bring children to. There are two ways to live your life. One is though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. Wildlife Rescue's mission statement is about taking care of all God's creatures, great and small. Wildlife Rescue Incorporated makes it possible for many creatures to get a second chance at life. Join them next year at their annual fundraiser. Bring your friends and family and learn to party like an animal. If you can help in any way, go to their website at www.wildliferescueinc.org. Wildlife Rescue Incorporated is located at 19406 Grave Run Road in Hampstead, Maryland. The president and executive director of the refuge is Gerda Ditterer. She and her family and many volunteers make this all possible. Wildlife Rescue Incorporated, formerly known as Wild Bird Rescue, was founded in 1994 as an organization committed to the rehabilitation of wild birds. While they have stayed true to their mission, they have expanded over the years to include the growing needs of all animals and reptiles. Their new name better reflects their commitment to all of wildlife. They are also committed to protecting natural habitats and to providing children with the education to respect all nature.
Look at those two. Those two birds are both hanging up the same. Hello. 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 But those two parakeets over there are hanging up the same way. Look.
The volunteer network of wildlife rehabilitators, veterinarians, and wildlife transporters are dedicated to the rescue, rehabilitation, and release back to nature of sick, injured, and orphaned wildlife. All of the state-licensed rehabilitators and veterinarians bring with them many years of individualized animal care experience. Each year, the volunteers rescue over 2,400 animals and provide them with expert medical care and give them the very best chances of survival. Animals are continuously in need of rescue. The furry and feathered patients arrive needing medical care that can last for days or even months before they can be safely released to the wild. Some are orphaned. Others suffer from broken wings or legs that are injured when tangled in carelessly discarded fishing line, or hit by cars, or poisoned by lawn chemicals. That means the center is constantly buying a variety of animal foods, medicines, medical supplies, x-rays, and other diagnostic tests, animal bedding, cages, electricity to run their neonatal incubators and heat lamps, and the list goes on and on. Wildlife Rescue, Inc. is a 501c3 tax-exempt nonprofit organization dedicated to alleviating the suffering of sick, injured, and orphaned animals. The center assists private citizens and organizations with wildlife emergencies, rescue, and rehabilitate wildlife with the goal of release back to nature, and provide children with educational opportunities to foster a respect for our natural world. Many wildlife patients come to the center as a result of human cruelty or thoughtlessness. They provide a resource to the public for education to understand and respect all wildlife and the factors that affect their survival. The volunteers work with the state and federal agencies and other private organizations to reduce and, whenever possible, eliminate man-made hazards to wildlife. The volunteers offer educational opportunities to both children and adults, including internships, and partner with local school systems to bring an appreciation of wildlife and our environment to the next generation. Each December, the volunteers host a party for disadvantaged children held at the Nature Center and is attended by more than 50 inner-city youngsters selected by the Baltimore City Department of Recreation and Parks and Special Education Schools. Many of these children would never experience the wonders of the natural world were it not for this important program. Many orphaned and seriously injured animals are turned over to the center for help by caring individuals like you. All of the innocent creatures they receive from government agencies like animal control facilities arrive as unsponsored animals, with no donations to cover even the smallest portion of their medical care, no matter how gravely injured the animal may be or how costly its care. That's because there is no funding in the budgets for wildlife. In fact, if it were not for the Rescue Incorporated, these animals would be euthanized as a matter of course. The volunteers provide life-saving care to these creatures without donations to pay for food, diagnostic tests, surgery, and other veterinarian care that these wildlife patients need to survive. For animals like these, you are their only hope. Volunteers ease the suffering of these animals and provide a safe haven for those who cannot speak for themselves. Wildlife Rescue Incorporated has received an award for the Best in America seal. The award is extended to only 3% of charities that participate in the combined federal campaign. That's why your support is so crucial to this organization and to the survival of these innocent creatures. If you would like to help, take a visit to the center and find out how you can help preserve wildlife. Thank you for taking a walk on the wild side.